All right, here it is. This is my first podcast in a sound booth here at the Sandbox in Paso Robles, California. And I'm excited because I not only get to film a podcast for the first time, I also get to record a podcast for the first time in where I'm at is the Sandbox here in Paso Robles, California. It is a soundproof phone booth pod. Okay, soundproof phone booth pod. Magnetic doors. I don't know if you can hear it shut from there, but you can definitely see it shut from here. And I'm excited because I want to see how this turns out and moving forward to see the quality of it. Now, I don't have a topic of conversation yet for this podcast, but I'm just going to kind of wing it because I feel like sometimes that's how life is. You wake up and you shouldn't be winging every day. No, you shouldn't. You should actually have a plan out. You should have a schedule for your day prior to the day coming. And that's part of being disciplined. A lot of us like to look for motivation. A lot of us like to seek that inspiration and to get us going and to get us moving and what wakes you up. And, you can have a purpose, which is amazing. You can have a purpose, for me. I have a couple different purposes in life. And there's different purposes for different seasons, I believe, Also, the motivation is like a drug. You're going to need more and more of it in order to keep going. And that, if you want to get past that, if you want to go around that, and you're probably asking yourself, what do I need instead of motivation? What is the secret to success? What is the secret that all these individuals have? Now, there's one thing that they all have in common, and that's discipline. When you become disciplined, you start to do things on the days that you don't want to do it. Even on the days that you do want to, and that you're motivated, that makes it even easier. And being motivated is amazing. Trust me, I know, If you follow me on Instagram, Marcos the Motivator. On TikTok, Marcos the Motivator. On Twitter, Marcos the Motivate. It's V8R, I believe, because they didn't let me put my full name, which I don't agree with, but it is what it is. I got to follow those Twitter rules, right? Not many rules on Twitter, I think. So, discipline is something that you will obtain and learn throughout the years. It's not something that you just wake up with like motivation. Motivation is something that you wake up with, and that's great. That's awesome. But what are you going to do when that motivation isn't there? What do you do? Typically, the regular person, they will do nothing. They won't be motivated to go to the gym. They won't be motivated to start that business. They won't be motivated to do something out of their comfort zone. And when you stay in your comfort zone for a while, that's when it becomes toxic. Staying in your comfort zone usually happens when you start to do things that you're comfortable with. And I'm not saying don't live a comfortable life by all means, but when you start to do, like sleep in a little bit, that's comfortability. Then you start to enjoy, I'm going to have this meal that I usually don't eat. Then you have it the next day, and then the next day. And then all of a sudden, your eating regimen, if it's clean, it kind of goes away. You start eating out more, not cooking at home as much. Eating out more, not cooking at home as much. You see I sounded like a record, right? I sounded like a pattern, like I was repeating myself. But that's what we do so many times. On a weekly basis, on a daily basis. We repeat our same habits over and over and over. And then we sit here wondering why. Sometimes we lay there staring at the sky, at the ceiling, wondering why we are in the same position we have been. How did I get here? Where do I go? How do I change? And that's only for you to decide. If you need help, that's great. We all need help in certain areas in life. So don't think that because you need help finding that discipline, learning discipline, finding your purpose, finding your rhythm, Don't think that you are abnormal for that, because it's pretty normal. I myself, I need training. I need help from others to accelerate, to grow and give back, most importantly. I need help and I get help almost on a daily level. You want to remain coachable, and you want to remain in a state of mind that allows you to learn more. And the second you choose not to learn more is the second that you will not grow. That's when your ego kicks in, and we all know what happens with ego. It can get dangerous. It only grows and grows and grows as much as you let it. An ego will not grow larger than you let it. The hunger, the appetite of an ego will always grow. That ego will grow and grow in appetite if you choose to give it the food, the nutrients that it needs. But you can also step back, be humble, be confident, be courageous, be disciplined, be consistent. And these are all traits that many successful people learn. Many successful people aren't motivated. They're disciplined. They're consistent. They're confident. Are you any of those things? Maybe you are 3 of those, 2 of those, 1 of those. And that's okay. Maybe you're none of those. But we all start from somewhere. So don't be so hard on yourself, okay? Give yourself some credit because you're listening to this podcast, and that means you want change. And that's what I do. I help people change their lives. All you have to do is check me out on Instagram, Marcos the Motivator, or our podcast change. Find your _rhythm. Find your _rhythm. That's all you really have to do. And reach out to me, message me, and let me know, hey, I need help. And you don't even have to know where you need help. We can start from there. We will go from there. All right. Thank you for listening to Find Your Rhythm podcast. This is the first one that I did in the Soundproof bar, or the Soundproof pod, and plenty more coming to you. All right. Thank you.